Radiant team ban.
Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
Wait.
5 seconds remaining.
Hello and welcome everybody out there in the wide, wonderful world of Dota 2. We're going to be taking a look at the final series for today for the China upper bracket qualifiers. We're going to be taking a look at Invictus Gaming up against the Wings Gaming. This is going to be game 2. A whole lot of gaming going on, and I'm Lyrical Dota, joined today by Michael Loris. How are you doing, and what are you expecting to potentially see in this next game after we did see Wings take the first one?
I hope to see a closer fight. Like, that was, yes, a win for Wings, but they also kind of smashed IG. And I said at the tail end of the last game that it was kind of like IG didn't really have a game plan. I feel like if they had the game plan that Wings had, or any sort of game plan similar to that, then they could have very easily at least extended the game. But the fact that they couldn't deal with the Tide Hunter meant that the time push for Wings, which was supposed to just give them an advantage that they could win later on with the Shadow Fiend and the Phantom Lancer,
10 seconds remaining.
ended up straight winning them the game, which is, of course, always better if that is actually possible.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, IG just not with the right lanes, not with the right heroes, perhaps. That Wraith King was kind of like awkwardly positioned in the in that game, especially in lane. So I just needed a game plan, and then maybe we're going to see a game 3. But if they're going to continue onwards with that kind of unsure of what to do type of, I don't even know if you can call that a plan, you probably can't, then it should just be the Wings to do something very similar, and maybe we'll clean 2-0 IG.
Yeah, we'll see how it ends up going out. So far as we get on into this one, we do have the Tusk Bandit out, as well as the Undying, Winter Wyvern, and the Slaughter into a first pick Night Stalker this time for Invictus Gaming. So, wanting to do whatever they possibly can. I believe that it was Wings that had the Night Stalker last time around. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and now Wings is going to be taking on the Shadow Fiend and Doom themselves. So
Invictus
Gaming inside Shadow Fiend, as well as being able to take the Doom. There were some recent nerfs that ended up coming out to Doom, but I still think it's an incredibly strong hero.
Invictus Gaming's turn to ban.
For sure. Like, if you give up any given hero to get a Doom as Wings, you're going to be ecstatic to do so. And they also get a Shadow Fiend, which is, no slouch himself. I do like how IG first picked this Night Stalker. Like, generally, I'm not a huge fan of it, but
10 seconds
especially
remaining.
after the last game where they didn't really do anything, and now they're going to have at least a hero whose gameplay inherently is going to be a little bit more assertive, especially when you combine him with the Darkseer. You can get a lot more early aggression going on. The problem is, of course, you're going to be going into a Doom, so you can be aggressive, but how aggressive can you actually be up against that hero? This is going to put IG on the right track. At least they're going to try to do something in this 15 to 20 minute phase where Night Stalker really should be a powerhouse.
And we'll see how that ends up working out. Of course, Darkseer as well is going to probably be trying to build on into that mechanism. You could end up seeing him go instead for a blink
Radiant
dagger,
team
but I think
back.
that mech is pretty much the standard build unless you have somebody like a Shadow Fiend who's going to end up going in instead. I kind of like the Bounty Hunter ban out as well. These are a couple of somewhat greedy cores coming out from Wings, and if you do end up getting that Bounty Hunter
Invictus
picked up, it
Gaming's
can
turn
really
to ban.
accelerate your gold gain by being able to, just sort of continue to team fight consistently. And if instead you're forced to go into a little bit more of a static farming, there's not a ton of jungle there for everybody to be able to take up. Time will tell. We'll see how this goes.
10
I was
seconds
also
remaining.
going to be the ban out.
Very interesting to see IO being banned out. I mean,
5
in
seconds
EU
remaining.
and everywhere else but China, that makes perfect sense. But China, not with that much respect for the IO as far as
Reserve time.
making it or banning it or really considering the hero. But also interesting to see that hero at least in this scene. But
Radiant
Bane
team
Bounty
back.
Hunter ultimately going to be the final bans from the IG side. Seems like they just want to protect their mid lane, want to make sure that they do get off to this decent start. But I don't really know how possible that is, because again, Doom is a brick wall, and even though Night Stalker Darkseer are some of the more
10
resistant
seconds
Doom
remaining.
to Doom heroes in the game, just being able to just walk away from the
5 seconds remaining.
you can't draft your entire lineup around that. Someone is eventually going to be that given target
Reserve time.
that hero has yet to be picked up. But Wings, even though they don't have the Night Stalker this time, they still can be very assertive with this draft. We saw how assertive the Shadow Fiend was in the last game. Doom can do very, very similar things to a Tide Hunter, perhaps on a more single target scale, but it is definitely possible to see these two teams maybe going a little more aggressive and kind of butting heads in that regard.
Yeah, certainly. I think as far as the next couple of picks, I think Wings needs to probably try and ban out. I was going to say the Queen of Pain or the Lena. Either one of them seems pretty strong to me, and maybe picking on up a Dazzle here as well. I think that combo is just so good to be able to work together in combination. Wind Ranger also another hero to somewhat think about, considering that Slaughter has already been banned out. You don't have that natural combo, but a Wind Ranger for Invictus could be pretty strong to be able to deal with the Shadow Fiend. I do really like the idea of the Dazzle, though, for Wings. Or there aren't a ton of other defensive supports right now in the game, and you need to be able to have somebody to cover that Shadow Fiend. The other common example that you ended up having back in 6.83 and 6.84 was being able to pick on up that Earthshaker, but he's much more been sort of segmented off to the offlane now, and we'll see if the Disruptor is going to be able to fill that void, but I just don't know. Is Disruptor kind of a funky hero here?
Yeah, it's not exactly the protect the Shadow Fiend hero, it's more so we're just going to go ahead and try to deal with this top lane situation type hero. Darkseer probably going to be going there with or without the Night Stalker as backup. Of course, has yet to be seen, but getting the glimpse versus Darkseer and versus the Night Stalker's moving speed, certainly not going to go amiss for the Wings side. But then IG, the Ancient Apparition, pretty much the response that you kind of want to have if you can have it up against Doom being able to cancel out that Scorcher, it's
Reserve
really making
time.
so much easier to bring down. And IG with the Void and Chilling Touch, Night Stalker and Ancient Apparition can get some pretty easy kills on some of these Wings heroes. Maybe not Doom, but maybe you can even kill Doom just because Chilling Touch does do so much damage. No one on Wings is really going to be safe once they get slowed
10
down,
seconds
and
remaining.
once the Night Stalker is going to be bearing down you with Chilling Touch.
Invictus Gaming's
Beastmaster is
turn
going
to
to be
pick.
the pick. Very, very interesting. I'm not exactly sure where this is going to end up going. I would assume. I don't know. All right, so here's the little conundrum that I've got. Doom offlane seems to me probably one of the strongest places to throw this hero. You can, of course, put him in the safe lane, but I feel like he wants to be able to get more levels early, and you're sort of losing that
10 seconds
crazy
remaining.
sustainability he has in lane by being able to have the scorched earth, and you're kind of missing
5
out on
seconds remaining.
part of the greatest part of this hero. Whereas if you do end up running the Doom in the off lane, and then maybe
Reserve
you throw the
time.
Beastmaster there as a support combo with the Disruptor, all of a sudden you can potentially fight up against what might end up being a dual aggressive offlane of the Night Stalker Darks here. What do you think about that? Where do you like this Beastmaster the most?
Radiant team
I
back.
feel like right now, as weird as this is, I feel like the strongest spot for him to be is mid. I really don't like support Beastmaster, even though with Disruptor can be really ridiculous. It's just getting vision for a glimpse, and well, no one's really going to be escaping anywhere else. Usually we see
10
Beastmaster
seconds
and
remaining.
Doom going towards the same spot. That's the off lane, and only one of those heroes should be going there at a time.
5 seconds remaining.
Right now, they don't know the mid lane matchups, so it may just be a mid lane Beastmaster.
Invictus Gaming's
I
turn
mean,
to
you
bat.
can do a support Beastmaster, pseudo jungle with either the Beastmaster or the Doom, but all of those techniques, not really what you want to be doing with those heroes if you can help it.
I also actually see a Beastmaster in the safe lane solo in the last set of
10
games. They're
seconds
all kind of
remaining.
blending together at this point, but he's able to get the quick necro book up
5
and
seconds remaining.
dealt that good amount of damage. It was really impressive with the inner beast aura that you've got, just being able to stack up
Reserve
all
time.
those auras on top of each other. It was part of a push lineup. And while this I mean, Disruptor is kind of one of those classic parts of a push lineup that you do occasionally see, where you end up trying to go on in there and storm a tower. You'll end up coming into TP to try and defend it. You can glimpse them
Radiant
on
team
back.
pick.
It's just kind of this natural little synergy there. They would still need another part to be able to make that all work in conjunction. Maybe a Pugna last pick or something funky like that. But with the Clinks here, Invictus are certainly in a position where they can defend high ground with the Ancient Apparition as well as the Darkseer being able to push on out lanes, but simultaneously find pick-offs. You've got the Night Stalker there for the extended night vision. Clinks is just going to be able to run around into your jungle like a madman and cause problems.
Invictus Gaming's
With
turn
Breaker
to
last
pick.
pick. This is to try and deal with the Clinks.
And to a lesser extent, this Night Stalker IG, even though they do have the Darkseer Ancient Apparition potential wombo combo, it's more so just going to be Clinks and Night Stalker with the help of Ancient Apparition's cannon, just try to look for those single pickoffs. First of all, there aren't really many super fragile heroes on the Wings Gaming side. Spirit Breaker, probably the tankiest pseudo support hero you can pick up ever.
10
So there's
seconds
that.
remaining.
But also Wings, they have vision. They have the Beastmaster. They'll have the charge. If they spot out the clings,
5
they will know
seconds
exactly
remaining.
what's going on. So IG may be forced into some heads-up fights, really chaotic brawl
Reserve
fests
time.
that they may be ill prepared for. You don't want to have your clings go up against the Spirit Breaker, and especially Spirit Breaker with a lot of follow-up, like Doom on the clings, and he's out of that fight a couple raises, and he's just dead. So this is going to be a very delicate game for the clings, and as far as playing assertively, IG have slowed down a bit. It is Wings to be most of the time, I feel, calling the shots on where these fights are going to be happening.
Yeah, I think that you can probably get into a position where you can at least find pickoffs, though. Like obviously, they're going to be able to force the issue consistently with the disruptor chasing on down people, maybe being able to get on back long range glimpses. Spirit Breaker as well, being able to initiate on top of the heroes. But as long as they're able to control the vision, I still like IG's chances. I guess though, if you got the Beastmaster, you're going to be able to have the vision game kind of on lock anyways, until the Night Stalker ends up gaining his Aghanim Scepter at least. Vision is going to be so important in this game. We'll see how it ends up working. There certainly is a potential here for the split push game to continue out of IG.
Ember Spirit is very consistent with the IG game plan, and they want to be able to poke around, keep themselves safe by staying elusive. That being said, it's not really great up against what Wings have. Disruptor, Doom, Spirit Breaker, you have Roar as well from the Beastmaster. There are so many tools that Wings have to actually find and pick off this Ember Spirit that he has to get so massively far ahead if he's actually going to have an impact in this game. Granted, it is a Ferrari Ember Spirit, and there's something to be said about that hero with that hero, that player with that hero rather. But also, if you just doom him, he's completely and utterly useless. So IG are going to be playing a very, very delicate game, not only with just this Clinks, but also with this Ember Spirit. If Wings have the vision, and if they're able to land a charge, they might just be able to get pickoffs on these cores like nobody's business.
Are you having some issues with the server right now?
Oh,
some
yeah.
lag? Alright, yeah, so that's both of us.
I mean,
I'm
for
going to try
last
and
game too.
reconnect real quick in a second to see if that ends up fixing it all, because we are connecting from North America to China. Well, a little bit. It's so choppy. Sorry about this, ladies and gentlemen. We do have a couple of issues here. I'm going to go to the splash screen real quick in 1 second. You want to do a little bit of Radio Dota while this all takes...
I figure I might as well. For the wing side, it's not going to be that mid lane Beastmaster, as much as I would love to see that. It's going to be Faith playing Beastmaster up towards the top lane right now. We got SF taking the handle in the mid lane. Shadows is on the Doom with Innocence on the Disruptor, and that leaves Ice on the Spirit Breaker. It seems like we're going to have kind of a clunky tri-lane on this bottom lane, but it should work out. At least should be able to keep the King J Darks here at arm's length. Ferrari 430s on the Ember Spirit, of course. Twan's on the Night Stalker Super, and the Ancient Apparition. That leaves Luo on the Clinks, and they are going to Chilling Touch up, and the last thing you want to do if you're Wings, or if you're anyone really, is fight up against a draft that has Chilling Touch. They're going to charge in, and Ember Spirit's still going to get the Bounty Rune. Not much damage being traded across the board, but it is going to be a 1-for-1 Bounty Rune trade, as these lanes will settle down, and it does seem like it's just going to be, yeah, okay, a safe lane farming Doom with a little bit of a Roam Disruptor. feel like for Wings, if they wanted to play the Disruptor more so in the mid lane, then they probably could have gone away with that Dazzle pick. I'm pretty sure it was still in the pool, but he's still going to put a lot of damage to Ferrari. Oh, Curry getting a little bit too close. Innocent unable to pick it off, but Ferrari, though, get hell of a lot of damage. He's going to try to pick off the Disruptor. Thunderstrike does do a lot of damage. One more hit is all they need. So that they can't quite get it. Ferrari, is he fast enough? No. As the Shadow Fiend has arrived, unfortunately, has grabbed Necromastery level 1, so Raises maybe he could have gotten that kill, but everyone, including the Courier, are going to survive. That could have been really bad for either side.
And that Disruptor is going to end up denying himself on onto neutrals as well. This is going to be such an interesting game here. I am really curious to see how this ends up going, because one of the components of this that we didn't end up talking about a ton is the Ion Shell on top of the Ember Spirit. And something what you occasionally see is we do end up seeing a charge down here in the bot lane. Can they find Chuan? I don't think that they end up getting him here, but a little bit of a turnaround. They do have a Void out from the Night Stalkers, trading hits a little bit. But what I was saying there is that if you end up getting the Ion Shell on top of the Ember Spirit, particularly once the Darkseer ends up getting a couple of levels in there, you're going to be able to deal out so much damage getting on top of heroes. You can really effectively gank your opponent's safe lane, and I think that it might be one of the places, a timing window that IG can hit where they can really make their presence felt, because we do end up seeing Super going down first blood as the Beastmaster is able to take him on out. Searing Arrows trying to chase after the Beastmaster, but not quite enough damage, and it's going to be a quick kill there.
That's not something that you would want to have happen. We saw how nuts out of control the Tidehunter got in the last game. This is not a situation where the Beastmaster should be getting quite as much. Of course, the Klinks' lane dominance doesn't start until he gets, level 3, level 4, and the Searing Arrows. Then things get really bad. But for Beastmaster to not only get experience but also get kills in this lane is usually not where you want to be. And Beastmaster is a hero much like the Tidehunter, who if you give him a little bit of a decent start, he gets a fast Roar. If you give him a great start, he might get a fast Necro Book, and then you're just completely shit out of luck. This is not how IG were supposed to be handling this top lane. This was supposed to be their safest lane. They were supposed to be able to keep the Beastmaster at arm's reach, but unfortunately not going to be happening just yet. They're going to be a little more assertive now that King J has been joining the Night Stalker down towards bottom, but we have a charge incoming. King J going to get hit by that. No bashes, no problem, it seems. They'll just beat him down. Spearbreaker going to grab the kill. Now Chuan a little bit trouble. He's the one to get bashed. Fields goes up and Chuan's trapped. He's going to get chopped down by someone. Doom looks like he got that kill, a little bit of lag there, but it's going to be 2 kills for Wings, and for IG, they're supposed to be the ones getting kills in this bottom lane, but again, you can't really get kills on a hero like Doom or Spearbreaker. They're just way too tanky.
Now jumping on in again, charged on up, Ferrari 430. Are they going to be able to get the second raise? I think this is going to be a kill. That is going to finish him off there. Chuan coming in a little bit too late, and now also going to take a good amount of damage and slow from this boar. Going to be able to change on over the aggro. 4 quick kills right now for Wings. They're in such a good spot right now, and you're taking the momentum from game 1 and building it right on into game 2. I really don't think people were expecting Wings to be able to really dismantle IG like this.
They're just getting off such a great start with their lanes, with their assertive play in game 1 and now in game 2 again. Ice definitely a driving force behind that, as IG with these Ion Shells going to be always shoving the wave. The problem is that now the Darkseer is really far down the wave. He has a Surge, but the charge is going to connect first. Surge not quite going to use just yet. Will finally be used, but he's already dead. Now Chuan's going to arrive. Is there a glimpse? Actually, no, Disruptor doesn't even have glimpse. It's like Chuan should live, but they lose the Darkseer for the up-team's time, and this bottom lane is just a farm fest for Wings in both creeps and now heroes.
We talked about it a lot during the original first game draft, the fact that right now in China, the way that the scenes have been really working out is that anybody can take games off of anybody, and it really is whoever ends up coming to play on that given day. And right now, clearly Wings are the ones that want to end up taking this, and Starladder looking to potentially be able to move on to the next stage. Ferrari does end up getting down the Chilling Touch on top of him, but diving in towards the tier 1 tower. Chuan is going to end up falling down here yet again. They do have the Ion Shell lay down on top of him, but look at how fast this Doom is going. He does not even care. One right click, a second one should almost be enough. Isn't going to be able to do it. The Darkseer is able to take on out the Spearbreaker, and now trapped on in also the Doom. This is going to be a double Ion Shell creep. I think that they're maybe going to be able to burst him down very slowly over time here. He's just blocking the way. What the heck is this fight even? What are we even watching as Chuan just sits by and looks at this? He doesn't have any way to get out of there. I think that he ends up going down. Darkseer just trapping him in the trees. Cheeky little man that Darkseer is.
8 stick charges. I don't think he Well, is there a chance that if you stick up, you actually get that kill? I don't know. It would have been really close. But surprising to see him hold on to all those 6 charges. Might as well try for it, right? But in the meantime, while that was happening, I don't know what the hell happened over in mid, but the Ferrari Ember died solo. Innocent's gonna get dropped very low towards top, but now we have the roar onto Luo. Is gonna get manhandled by Nate. The board does get frozen in place. They're trying to race this Beastmaster, but it's not gonna work out. Clinks for Disruptor. A great trade for the wing side to make, but now Beastmaster's in a little bit of trouble. He'll try to pick off the courier. That's not really gonna be happening, and with one in the area, he'll just get that kill with the Void. It's a double kill for Chuan, but it still clinks to fall on the safe lane, and as I said, the Shadow Fiend did solo pick off the Ember Spirit somehow. Ice Ice now gonna get found by Chuan. Looks like that's not gonna happen, although here comes Ferrari. Oh, chains. A little bit too late.
I think the chains were... They have, like... They have to actually travel through the air, right?
I don't think there's a distance travel time for chains.
There's something weird like that, because it looked like I saw an animation moving out towards him, but I'm not exactly sure about it. Regardless, anyways, they almost end up getting that kill, not going to be able to find it, and looking like they wanted to be able to catch it. Doom, now, do you think that this is just going to be going straight on into a hand of Midas for him?
I mean, you have so much of the advantage in this early game, especially on the safe lane for Doom. You might as well just go for that, and they're going to charge in actually towards mid lane. King J, though, is going to get charged by the Spirit Breaker. He needs a bash, he's going to get this kill. How lucky are you feeling, Ice Ice? Maybe we'll get one more hit. Maybe. It's not going to happen. Had a little bit of a chance there. Unfortunately, just hasn't been practicing his Spirit Breaker enough, so he's going to have to let that one go. But yeah, this Doom is just having a complete free roll in this bottom lane. He can actually go for whatever build he wants at this point.
They're in a really great spot, and as you mentioned, the 8-stick charge is always good to keep a hold of those as well. Worth noting, Beastmaster now level 7, has been maxing out the Boar and the Hawk, so going for those to make sure that he's able to keep the vision on up, make sure that the double slow is coming on out as well. And the TPs moving on into the mid lane. Night Stalker with the Ion Shell up on top of them. Worth noting that for Darkseer, it is a level 3 Ion Shell, so this does a lot of damage, and they are going to jump right on top of the Disruptor. He's going to end up going down in just a second or two. Doesn't have his ulti as of yet. It's going to need to glimpse on back the Ember, and it looks like that is going to end up coming back into this one. So played there by Ferrari 430, but I think that he is going to get charged in on now. The Darkseer may be in a little bit of trouble. Surge forward. They are going to end up connecting onto him, trying to get the body block, and there's going to be the raise. Really well played down. Now Night Stalker on the wrong side of the forest. Can they actually get this kill? No, not going to be able to make it happen.
And for IG, they were lucky that the charge was going towards the Darkseer, not the Ember Spirit. He was completely out of mana, at least not with enough mana to jump again towards a Remnant, so that could have been even worse for IG, but it's still pretty darn bad. Yeah, they get the kill on Innocence, but giving away Darkseer like that, not exactly a great trade. Now they're looking for a dive up towards top, where it's just an Ancient Apparition, and Wings should know that. Charge going to connect. They have the Roar, they have the Axe. I don't even know if they need them. They will use probably both. The Super is going to get shot down by one of these heroes. There it is. Going to be Spirit Breaker, got that kill. Ferrari is going to arrive though, chain down the Beastmaster. Should be able to grab this kill. There's not enough magic damage to burn through this shield, and while Lua's going to pick him off, coming in from the bottom side, it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade. Wings definitely just be careful about trading poorly, and that may very well make them lose this lead, but in the meantime, you got Shadow Fiend and Disruptor working down this mid tier 1. Trades like that, something that they want to avoid, but taking 1 or 2, it's not the end of the world.
I think that's the thing, is that you do end up getting obviously a lot of damage onto the tier 1 tower in the mid lane, and look at it, it's down to about what, a HP right now versus your own tier 1 that's really high up there, almost complete full HP at this point. And I don't know, I think that it's a decent enough trade. It is a good amount of gold and experience going back the way the Ember Spirit, but Wings now 2,000 net worth lead, as well as about, what is that going to be, a 7,500 experience lead. They're in a pretty good spot. I think the biggest thing though is that they look to be in a position where they can continue to take fights and build off of this lead that they have. I don't really see them falling off anytime too soon. In fact, I think that they're probably just going to get stronger relative to the enemy team, particularly once the Shadow Fiend starts picking up a couple of items here. Necronomicon might be coming up on the Beastmaster. Possibly they end up even going for the Blink Dagger. And if the Shadow Fiend does go for a mechanism, I feel like their sustain is just going to be great.
And for IG, they really
Dire's
want to be
middle
playing a
tower
poking
has
and
been
prodding game.
denied.
Once that mechanism or a necrobook or really any sort of items come up on Wings, then Wings can just go ahead and straight push as a 4-man group, as a 5-man group. And IG, although Clinks is pretty good at split pushing with level 1 strafe, level 4 senior arrows, he can definitely get the job done. A heads-up fight is where IG do not want to be, so they will have to try to avoid that as best as possible, but I don't really think they could race for objectives nearly as quickly as Wings can just straight up bring them down, so IG are maybe in a precarious situation. It's not quite yet, I think 15 minutes when you have an item coming up on some of these heroes for Wings, that's really when it's going to be really troublesome. So IG have a small window until then. They're going to use that to try to get the jump on this Beastmaster, who's going to get smoked upon. Ferrari is going to jump forward with searing arrows. They're going to easily bring down the Beastmaster. That's the type of move that IG really need to repeat consistently if they're going to slow down this pushing coming from Wings.
And simultaneously, you're still able to see Ferrari get a good amount of farm while this is all going on. And you do also have the Night Stalker that's off to the side soaking up levels in the bot lane. So I think that that's pretty much the best type of initiation that you could hope for, the best type of pickoff that you could possibly find. And that's what their lineup is about, I think, to a large extent. They don't necessarily want to try and group up and team fight a ton until you get to the later stages of this game. Worth noting also, Shadow Fiend at this point has been able to pick on up 3-stack here, and he's going to be able to clear that out. Bottom lane, they do end up pitching initiation here. So much damage coming out from this Clinks. Look at him tear apart that Doom, and that's going to be 2 quick kills as the Disruptor and the Doom fall.
Not much you can do about that once you're already hit with the Ice Blast. As Doom, your effective HP just absolutely plummets, and I don't think you had Scorch Earth available anyway, not like it really would have mattered. That's the type of pickoff, that's the type of game plan really that IG want to be doing all the time, just these small scale engagements where they're just able to find a couple heroes, pick them off with or without the Ice Blast, and then be on their way. It seems like they may be into another one of them very shortly. However, KJ starting the fight off at half HP is going to get charged and roared and raised. That's a super dead hero. Now onto Ferrari, another strike is there with the axe. You will find a way to get out of there, albeit barely. Glimpse, not quite envisioned, not quite in range. It seems like the Ember Spirit will live, but Wings finding a retaliation kill, and with the Shadow Blade now on the Shadow Fiend, they're going to look for these kills 24/7. They're not going to let IG slip at all, especially with the charge now onto Ferrari. He's got to jump away from this one, but he's going to get hit with the charge. Now they have a Glimpse available, and it is going to be used. Ferrari's going to get yanked right back into Shadow Fiend, though. He'll jump out afterwards. Wings, that's not how that was supposed to work. They had Static Storm, they just decided to not use it for whatever reason.
They totally could have gotten that kill, you're right, but that was also a really great play there by Ferrari, being able to jump away. Like, he was being glimpsed back as he threw out the other remnant and then tossed out at the afterwards the blink away. It's just really, really good play there by him, and solid heads-up recognition.
Also, Innocence, I guess, will have his Static Storm for this next upcoming fight, which may or may not be better. Clinks is going to be teleporting in. Everyone else from Wings going to scatter. They have a Sentry Ward. IG, do they really want to take a heads-up fight here? I'm not really sure if that's the best angle right now, as we have Ice. He's going to say, let's do this. Say, let's do it later. Yes, I think both teams are rightfully so a little bit scared about engaging. You don't really want to be diving a tower with the Shadow Blade going to Shadow Fiend. Actually, with Beastmaster, he does now have Aurora again, and they're going to land a Static Storm into the King J Hour. This is a super dead dark here. Can they get anyone else? They have the Doom onto Luo right now. He's stuck in a corner. He's going to turn around and try to fight. He's not doing enough damage. He's not enough to kill off his Doom. His Ice is now just closed in. Shadow Fiend as well. Ferrari's right in the thick of things. Gets bored and gets immediately beaten down. 3 for nil so far. Moves back. Twan, though, going to get charged up. There's so many heroes here in IG without any reinforcements. Ice Blast going to connect into a couple of heroes, but crucially does not connect into the Shadow Fiend. While the Urn Charge will take him out in the end. It's still a 4-for-1 trade, plus a tower here for Wings.
God, that was just such a great initiation. They were able to sort of pick them apart bit by bit. The Static Storm did only call into one hero, but it still felt like it was worth it, being able to isolate that. It was the Darkseer, I believe, that ended up getting caught out from the rest of them throughout the beginning of that fight. And, being able to take the vacuum wall out of the equation just completely turns the course of it. So, pretty solid initiation there, making sure they got the Static Storm on just about the best hero that they could have. The only one that might have been pretty solid would have been maybe the Ember Spirit or the AA. But I still think that that's completely and totally worth it. And you take a look at the net worth now, Wings really off to a great start, 7,500 in the lead in terms of experience. It's about 4K. Key items that are coming up on this Doom, you've got the Hand of Midas, which means you're going to be accelerating into the late game with good item progression. You've got the Vlad's up, which means you can fight a little bit more effectively now. The Shadow Blade is a little bit clunky, I feel like, for the Shadow Fiend. What's your opinion on that item for him in this game?
I mean, if they're looking to do what they just did again, then Shadow Blade definitely isn't the item that you really want. You want to have SNY or Mechanism, like those are the big two for the Shadow Fiend. The Shadow Blade gets a lot better if you're planning on keeping the gameplay in the river area, kind of like in between where the tier 1s are. That's where Shadow Blade has its most value, but for IG, they will have a very quick action except on the Night Stalkers that usually partnered up with a gem. Vision is going to be enough to probably keep them safe in this SF. That being said, they're going to be facing down a double life SF for a little while. And also the Ember Spirit is not exactly what I would call farmed, so yeah, the Shadow Blade, even though I don't think it's the best item for this case, it still gives you a lot of damage, and it's going to help them pick off Super right now. We got comes back very far away. Static Storm as well. He's going to get annihilated. He's going to charge forward, looking for a little more. Ice Ice's going to charge in deep towards Twan. They still have the more. They can zoom off on Ferrari, however, Surge Off's going to keep him safe. They have King J instead, and that is going to be a very dead Darkseid Nether Strike even going to be used for him, 2 for nil. And now, probably another free tier 2 tower. Luo and Shadow Fiend going to run into each other. They have a charge going not towards the Clinks, it's all the way towards the bottom lane, but either way, tower should fall, and IG are very quickly losing ground.
Yeah, this is looking terrible right now for IG. Like, taking a look at that fight recap, another 1,000 gold swing and another 2 quick heroes dead. They are going to be able to find this pick off, I believe, on the Spirit Breaker, probably just running around in circles, at least for the moment, trying to get a death pack first, and actually isn't even going to go for it, unfortunately. So net worth 10k lead currently in terms of experience as well. We're sitting towards the 7,500 mark, and everywhere you look right now, I'm really concerned about IG's ability to do anything in this map. They don't have the ability to split push really right now. They don't have the items that they need. They don't have the ability to fight against this lineup, and now you're going to jump on forward. Twan going to be able to get down the silence on top of the Doom, but he's still going to be able to pop that Doom in just a second. Ferrari dropping very low. Are they going to be able to take him out in time? He does end up falling. The Shadow Fiend taking him out in the end. Clinks is able to kill off the Disruptor off to the side, and Twan dropping low. 1 raise, 2 raise, he's going to go down. 2 heroes dead right now for IG, and still pushing forward. They don't have any real sustain at this point, so they need to be careful about the AA Ice Blast, but it's not up for another 18 seconds at this point in time. The charge forward by Ice on top of the Darkseer, that's just a little bit of hate leveled against him, and now with the urns, they're actually going to be able to have sort of the slower range sustain. Going to be able to push on up here for the tier 3 tower at this point in time. 2 seconds left on the Ice Blast. We'll see if they end up spreading out for it though, and God, Wings is just such a great position right now.
That was a decent position for a wall, I guess. That was not a spot you really want to have a Shadow Blade. No, getting a hand strike onto King J. He's going to get obliterated first. They do now onto the Twan. He's going to get roared up as well, though not taking enough damage. He should still die to this damage over time, and he will. Ice in the meantime, occupying Ferrari and Super, not like those 2 heroes can really do too much here. As now the Shadow Fiend does grab his SNY, better late than never. He's going to try to take a man fight Ferrari. That's not a good idea, because Ferrari doesn't have Jack in this game. Shadow Fiend still has the Aegis, so I'm not really sure what the plan was there. That's an Ember Spirit feeding away his life, making an offering to the Shadow Fiend gods. That's GG, called 17 minutes, 18 minutes this time.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, in that last fight, they tried to kill the Doom, who has plate mail, flies, and drums. You can't kill him ever, so IG just not exactly playing their best Dota.
Well, what a little play there. Wings really showing their stuff in 2 very convincing wins right there. Like, it seemed like they had the same strategy in both games, and both times IG just didn't have the ability to deal with it. So, really well played there by Wings. That's going to do it for us. I do believe that European Dota 2 is about that should probably be over either on the BTS channel, or it's going to be here if we're able to close out of this one quickly enough. So thank you guys again so much for watching. Yet again, joined by @MikeLoris. Any final thoughts before we end up leaving?
Don't count out Wings. IG, they really have to push something. I feel like there has to be some sort of like communication or leadership issue or something with IG. They need to get that resolved, because seeing them like this, it's kind of heartbreaking.
Absolutely. Well, thank you again for joining me. It was an absolute pleasure casting with you yet again. He's a boss. You guys should go follow him on Twitter because he is awesome. And I am at Lyrical Dota. We're going to be back again later on. I believe there's more Chinese Dota that's going to be taking place about 12 hours from now. I'm going to be back on in 2 o'clock PST for some stuff. But for now, European Star Ladder. Thanks again. That's going to do it for us. And we will be back on later on. Catch you guys later.
Later, guys.
Ten seconds remaining.
Winter Wyvern.
E-Home's turn to pick. Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Five seconds remaining. Dire team ban. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. eHome's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. eHome's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Clockwork!
Dire team pick. 10 seconds remaining. Five seconds remaining. Reserve time. E-Home's turn to pick. Dire team pick. E-Home's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. Five seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. E-Home's turn to pick. Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. Five seconds remaining. Reserve time. 10 seconds remaining.
Gyrocopter!
Ten seconds remaining. Five seconds remaining. 30 seconds to battle. The battle begins.
What have we here?
Jackpot!
First blood.
First blood of the water sign since this all began.
Radiant's courier has been killed. Dire's courier has been killed.
My mechanism lies broken.
Denied. Illusion.
Welcome to my nightmare.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Where you're going, you won't need any of us.
Rocked you!
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Boom! There it goes!
Your attempt was perfect.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's courier has been killed. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's structures are fortified.
Incoming!
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's top tower has fallen.
Do it with flair!
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
There it goes!
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Right.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Look out for falling rocks!
You took the bait.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Blaze here.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Double damage.
Monster kill!
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Evil!